Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening to be fought over three-minute rounds under unified amateur mixed martial arts rules in the featherweight division. So introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, tonight making his in-cage debut, representing Exile Gym. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jamie Alexander. His opponent this evening standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, making his in-cage debut, representing London Shoot Fighters. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Midaye. Our referee in charge of the action, Mr. Sam Amidi.
Featherweight action, we'll see Sam the Man in media in charge, fighting out of the blue corner. Representing Team Exile, Robert Midaye fighting in the London Shoot Fighters in the red, Jamie Alexander in the blue. Interesting stylistic matchup. We talked about these guys. They're both big for the weight class. At 145 pounds, though, we saw Midaye warming up backstage, and it would seem this was what he was looking for.
And he gets it. Yeah, a good start. Something that's interesting on this is how young these guys are. I think 18 and 17 or 18 and 19.
Yeah, 18 and 19. Jimmy Alexander, 18. Robert Midaye, 19. London Shoot, of course. You got Paul and Alexis there in the corner. And actually, he's had upwards of 4 years of training before making his amateur MMA debut. So another interesting thing to look at here, and we'll see what he's been working on. I suspect it's going to be just that kind of basic takedown pass guard.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot of that. I don't, you know, a lot of gyms are happy to put people in their fighters in a lot earlier. So you don't always see a lot of that. So it'd be interesting to see if there is a real, difference in level.
And Jamie Alexander was known as a fighter who has a stand-up style. So with that kind of technical K1 background, he said he had a very high volume stand-up style. If you're Robert Midaye and you're good everywhere, you take it to where the guy's not as good.
Exactly right, exactly right. And right now he seems really comfortable on top. I mean, he hit his takedown, maybe looking for some ground and pound, but it seems to be in full control. Maybe looking to get a little bit of space and try and possibly pass to the left. Alexander's got his open guard.
Had worked on his takedown defense and his submission defense. Robert Midaye just excited to get in there. Knew that he was fighting a stand-up guy, so I feel like this was definitely the game plan. But so far, just doing a good job of shutting down the hips, walking forward, and taking the time. A lot of young fighters get in there, and they don't necessarily want to savor it. There's an urgency, and you're not seeing that here from this kid.
Yeah, I agree. And composure. This is what we're seeing is composure. You know, you get some fighters that will come in on their first few fights, and they are just fighting on adrenaline. You know, that it's just pure adrenaline, pure heart, coming forward. You know, they want to get out there as soon as they have gotten in there. And you're right, yeah. I mean, a really good composure at the moment from both guys, I'd say.
Looking to step over and pass is Robert Midaye, the 19-year-old from Slough, making his debut. Just the beginning, he said, of a successful career. Yeah, now we'll see what the standing passing game is like. Very slick, though, coming in off the grips to landing the right hand. And patience again from Midaye.
Good patience. Alexander's just trying a few up kicks. Nothing really on it. So, I mean, yeah, Midaye was in full control. Like we said before, really good composure. I mean, he definitely took that round for me.
DJ Noise.
Here between Jamie Alexander and Robert Midaye. Alexander in the blue, Midaye in the red. Shoot taking on the Exile Gym.
Yeah, and I wonder if Midaye comes out and does the same thing. Goes for the takedown.
I think you're seeing some good stand-up skills here from Midaye, but is it just an illusion? The answer is yes.
Yeah, they were there to set up the takedown, and a good job too.
And you often see from the London Shoot guys that kind of movement-based striking. They're never too happy to stand in the pocket. They're not interested in taking one to give one. There's a certain kind of elusiveness about it, right? And you kind of give your opponent some patterns with that. They take a little data, they buy it, and then you swap it up.
Exactly right. Yeah, that is what we saw. You know, really calm, few shots to get Alexander's hands up, and then shooting for the double. And the good thing for Midaye is he's in the middle of the cage now, so that, you know, he's got side control, good control position, but Alexander trying to get his guard back.
Now, Midaye actually had a pretty good post with his right arm, and then he kind of opted to reach underneath the body of Alexander. Now, when a guy's got an active guard like that and some long limbs, you do need to mind the situation, but Midaye did a good job there to avoid the worst.
Yeah, he did, and he did. Alexander's up and ready to go, but what I think really Alexander should be looking at doing is not backing to the cage. Try and circle maybe a little bit more so he doesn't get trapped up against the cage and taken down.
Establish the jab?
Yeah, of course, always a jab. Jab's always a staple.
Alexander looking to maybe try to pull a counter here, but kicking first like that probably ain't the best strategy against a guy who wants to take you down, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's been taken down a couple of times, so he should work his hands more, I think. Or at least put some combinations together. Jab, cross, low kick, whatever he likes.
Midaye going orthodox. Southpaw orthodox is showing both looks. And there we go. You get him to walk in a little bit too deep, you do the level change, and boom. You don't even need the fence at this point. I mean, we saw him take him down off the wire previously, but that wasn't even needed here.
Yeah, patterns, like you say. You know, you're controlling where your opponent goes without them even really knowing it. You know, and Alexander's seemed so determined to connect with something that he wasn't really paying attention to the takedown.
What was interesting to me is you see a level of cage awareness from some of these guys at this level that isn't always there at someone making their debut.
Yeah, yeah.
Smart, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this is why Midaye's quite impressive, because we said it before, he's composure, but he can hit that. It seems like he can hit that whenever he wants, that takedown, and he pretty much has. And he's not thrown too much from inside the guard. I think he's just happy just to get control and, you know, let off the odd strike here and there.
Safety first.
Yeah. He's in full control, though. He's winning the fight doing this.
And he's taken virtually no damage against a guy who said he had a really, really good, strong stand-up style. I mean, he's taller. He's got reach on you. That's the way to do it. Too deep. And Robert Midaye looks to be two to the good.
Yeah, I think this third round he's going to do exactly the same thing. I think the Exile corner will be telling him, look, you're going to have to come out, be more aggressive, throw something that's...
Three of three. Shoot fighters taking on the Exile Gym. Red corner for Midaye, blue corner for Alexander. Jamie Alexander, it would seem, is at a points deficit here. Midaye attacking that lead leg and changing stances once again.
Yeah, Midaye throwing in a little bit more in terms of strikes, but is he going to go for the takedown again? I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Yeah, you seem to want to back Alexander up against the fence and maybe take him off the cage again, but Alexander for sure has some good stand-up. He just hasn't been able to get it going. Maybe there's a slight speed advantage as well for Midaye.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a little quicker. The thing is with Alexander now, is he worried about the takedown? You know, he's probably not going to let loose with his striking because he's more worried about getting taken down again and being controlled. But a nice leg kick there. Good connection.
Yeah, very clean. Very nice. Going again. That was good. That was even better. Midaye definitely felt that. He instantly swapped stances. Now, to what extent that will be significant? Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah.
How long for the takedown? Not long.
Yeah. He does. It looked like he didn't really have much of an answer for the kicks. He didn't check him or anything. But why would you stand up with somebody that's possibly a better striker when your takedowns are just? He's hitting them every time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seemed that Midaye was happy to reset a couple of times and back out, but when you back out against a guy who's got the leg reach that guy does, that Alexander does, I say,
yeah,
it's not always the safest space. So you kind of just go back in and we're back to the office.
I think so. I think his whole plan was to do this anyway, if I'm honest. I think this is his whole plan, is to hit the takedown. He's been really successful with them. So why not, you know? Like you say, he's not taking really any damage.
So Midaye looking to maybe open up for a pass here. Alexander, one butterfly hook in play. Breaking the posture down with an overhook on the left. His left, Midaye's right.
Yeah, Alexander actually's got a good position. Well, he had the overhook. I don't know if he's still got it. I can't.
No, he's had to release it.
Yeah, he's released it. But he had a good position there where he could elevate with the butterfly hook. But I think this is what Alexander wants. He wants to be back up on his feet.
Alexander looking for the long guard there, walking forward, and then a huge right hand lands. That was a good connection. Midaye catching double unders, a moment of respite.
Yeah, he did a good job measuring with his left hand and then straight down the pipe. He wants to get out of this, Alexander. He doesn't want to be in this game.
Yeah, at this point you think it's a clean sweep, seconds to go, and completes the takedown. Some hammer fists there at the bell from Jamie Alexander, but it would seem Robert Midaye with the unanimous decision here tonight. Colin Howell's your thoughts?
I think he showed real composure again. You know, Midaye, I think his whole plan was just to take down, get control. Because when he was there, he didn't throw a whole lot. He was just more about control and throwing the odd shot, which is a smart move. And every takedown that he went for, he got. Alexander, there was no real sprawl from him. You could tell he wanted to strike, but he didn't really have an answer for the takedowns. And I think looking forward, you know, a bit more sprawling, having a bit more of an answer for the takedowns in the future.
So a good performance here from both guys. But the more educated performance, it would seem, from Robert Midaye. Jonathan Millard gives us the announcement.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards. With a unanimous decision, your winner in the red corner, Robert Midaye.
Smoke with a liquor where your niggas at. Niggas where your bread at.